I also want to mention, like, on one of the TED talks, his name is Daniel Pink. He talks about similar motivations too, and he gives a brilliant case study examples. He says there's two kinds of motivation: intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation. So intrinsic motivation is what really drives us to do. Extrinsic motivation could be like salary, or whatever the urges that you have, right? So he talks it more on the company side, how a company should design in a way, like, what what they expect from the employees. They should always make sure that extrinsic motivations are fulfilled, like salary and job security. Then that'll automatically bring in the intrinsic motivation. It's a pretty nice TED talk.
I think this whole the way the system is, right. You have to earn, you have to make money, you have to, this whole journey that is structured, how it is structured for most people. I think the fear of just meeting those expectations sometimes makes you miss out on what you want to really do, because like you mentioned sometime, just when you feel okay, I've done this, then there is another set of expectations for you, another phase of your life where there's something else that you should be continuously doing, so in that you miss out on what you really want to do. So finding that balance and ensuring that both are met is really important.
For me, I feel like the one way that I try to meet both the internal and the external expectation and responsibility. For me, the one way that I do is, like, I try to sleep less and keep working all the time. Like, I try to work like morning, evening, weekends and stuff. Try to make both ends meet. I don't know how long that's gonna last, but that's how I try to meet it.
But knowing you, I can say that you are somebody who takes interest in many other things, right? You're not just a go to work and come back kind of a person. You have multiple interests and you are talented in so many other ways. I think that definitely yeah, gives that balance for you, because you are trying to do what you're passionate about, and you're also, maybe in good jobs which are like taking care of a lot of your needs. Doing what you do should go on parallelly. Yeah, that's the point I was trying to make. Yeah, than pushing it for like forever.
What would you, knowing what you know, if you have to give advice, like, go back to yourself 10 years or 15 years before? I would say 15 years, because that's when you started your career. What are the things that you would tell yourself?
For me, I think this whole thing of completely being in control with your life, is what really makes the difference. We, in all our journeys, like how I mentioned in the other point, right, we sit in the driver's seat, right, in our journey of life. We're not just anyone else, but we should be, you be your own driver in your in the journey of your life, so that you can take charge, complete charge, make your decisions yourself, and take your journey ahead. This should not be something where a lot of other people are trying to set boundaries or set expectations for you. It should be more of you taking your own decisions, because each of our lives are different, our journeys are different. We are we are built differently, we are brought up differently, our strengths and weaknesses are different, so our journey is different for each person, right? So knowing what you're good at and capitalizing on those strengths and being in complete charge of your life and take decisions yourself, this really is going to help, I feel. That way you'll not have anybody to do the blame game later. Learn from your own mistakes, know that every decision you took was, basis your own calculations. So take your own decisions, be the driver of your own journey, is what I would tell my younger self.
Awesome. So, looking back, have you been the driver of your own life journey?
In a lot of ways, yes. In a lot of ways, I feel I am. So that is where that piece comes of, if something didn't go fine also, it's fine, it was my call, it's fine, and we'll see what next. There's no point in going backwards and thinking, oh, I should not have done it this way, or oh, I let this person do the deciding for me. No, it's fine. It's fine to make those mistakes and learn from it. But as long as you did that yourself, and you did what you wanted to do, I think it's fine.
Great. That's a great answer.
What about you? I want to ask you, like, how do you look at it? Like, what would you tell your younger self?
My younger self. That's a really good question. If I have to go back and tell my younger self, I would say live in the moment. Don't think of future. Just live in the moment and just keep working hard. You're doing great. Just keep working hard. When I look back, there's nothing much that I wanted to change, but all I thought was like I was when I think now. I think I was living in the future. I was always like trying to postpone things like, oh, I'm going to do this when I'm there. I'm going to do this, or I'm going to start working out when I get a movie project or something like that. Um, so that's one thing that I would say myself. Don't wait for anything. Just start doing everything, and everything will fall in place.
I think to add to that, if some of us also think that if I do it, I'll do it perfectly, or else I'll not do it. Okay, this is also a mindset of a few people. I've gone through this a lot. I have this issue of not wanting to do something because I have something set and that's the standard I want to meet. I either do it if I know, it would go there, or I don't do it. So that's also not a good thing. I would tell myself that it's okay. It's okay. You can't get to 100% every at the start itself.